Welcome back, guys, and check it out. This is issue 66. There's a lot of moving parts. This is what we're going to do. Let me show you. So, first things first, Mike Lane mods, modification to our Kitt Mobile. All right, this is kind of cool. Self-explanatory, guys. This is the trunk carpets. They're self-adhesive, okay? Just like we did with the other side. Here are the carpets. Now, of course, with my lighting, they don't look tan, but I assure you they look just as tan as that once you start putting them on and adjusting them to the light. However, guys, here's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to go ahead, mount this onto here, okay, and then once we do that, we're going to do some more steps. So one of the things we have to do is we have to disconnect some of the wires that are underneath that we've already gotten here in the front. So, and we have all of our wires from the back that we're going to have to install. We're going to have some wires sticking out in between the firewall and the dashboard, much like the Alpha one, which was our scanner. That one too, along with the MOT, the other ones, they're all going to be hanging out. Then we're going to come down to the cool part. We're going to install the interior to the car itself. You'll use the jacks if you'd like. If not, it's up to you. It's builder's preference there at this point. Then after that, once you mount them in the two locations on both sides, we'll then go to the back here. And as you can see, everything that's going on, all these wires are going to come up and they're going to connect to our alpha board that we have back there. Remember, we don't have the green one anymore. We have the new Mike Lane mods motherboard there. So we're going to plug them in. Then we're going to keep doing that over here. We're going to start doing some more plugs and plug everything back in. And then we're going to do a little bit more on step 6. All right, we're just going to plug in about 2 of them. So it's not that bad. Then after that, we have to mount the GM screws that we get. We're going to take them and screw them into there. Then we're going to start attaching the hoses to the ports that are needed. Okay, remember we have a long cord that we don't know where it needed to go. Well, it's going to the firewall. Then we have that big, huge hose. It's going to this one. And then there's 2 tinier ones and such that will go over here to our breaker, our brake fluid area. All right, and then finally we will be done just like this, with our carpets done, our cap to cover all the wiring. We'll have these unplugged because we're going to come back to them at a later date, because in the video after that is a very, very important piece, and I think you guys will enjoy it because it really shapes the car. All right, but other than that, guys, we're going to go move on down to the bench and we're going to begin our great adventure. So here's what we do. You get a little pen and you get these 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this big one is number 1. Then you got this one here. This is number 2. This is number 3, and this is number 4. According to the website from Mike Lane Mods, when you visit this website here, they tell you to go in the order that is on the diagram. That means start here and finish at 4. So you got to do number 1 first, then 2, then 3, and then finally put in number 4. Okay. Obviously, number 4 is going to be this indent area here. If you go to the site, you'll be able to see it in the stages that is provided. Okay. So what we're going to do real quick is we're just going to get it all going here, guys. Okay, so as you can see, here's how it looks. It does look kind of carpeted with this plastic, and then you have the dark plastic here. But like I said, due to the lighting here, the lights that I'm using really don't do its justice. But once you use daylight, they really do come out to the right color that matches with pretty much this color. So here's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this on. And the directions that they want us to do is you start from right here and we work our way around. So that way it ends down here. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to knock that out. Now there's adhesive on the back, so we're just going to fold it in half and go this way. But I'm going to show you the finished product of this section. And there it is, guys. Stage 1 is completed, and I'm telling you, it looks really good. So of course, as it looks really good, we have our little piece here. We're going to basically take this, we're going to put it down in this area. We're just doing a test fit here. And with this test fit, it'll allow us to know exactly where it all goes, how it's going to lay in there. And of course, as I can tell you here, we put that piece on and it came out really good. So I was very impressed with that. So now I'm going to begin with taking the other side and doing the same thing that we did on the other, because we still have that piece. So there it is. It's all on, good to go. And our final stage will be now to put on this piece. And this one, as I can say, is going to be a bit tricky. So, we're going to basically do the same thing we do with everything else. Do a test fit, make sure it all fits pretty good. And then once it fits pretty good, we're going to go ahead and put it in. So now that it is in, this is the completed back seat trunk area. Okay, all the carpeting is done. As you can see, I kind of adjusted my lighting just a little so you could see that it actually is tan, just like the original backing here. So as you can see with the lighting, as it changes, it shows it. So, other than that, it came out really good and I was really impressed. So once again, thanks a lot from Mike Lane Mods. If you haven't gotten this, you might want to go there, check out what he's got, and see what colors you want to choose. He's got 3 options. So head on over there and go ahead and check it out. Other than that, we're going to continue on with our model, and we're going to start working on a new section of the car, and that is it. Okay, so what we have here, guys, is we have this mounted inside. Okay, I'm still not happy with these PMDs, so I might have to go back over to Mike Lane Mods and kind of replace them, because they look kind of wonky right now. So we'll come back to that. But what we're going to do is we're going to finish up what we started. Now, I've already done, as you can see, we've already done that carpeting. Our next phase of this is to cover up the wire housing back here and then put in the carpeting. But I want to give you a quick snippet of what we had to do, because we also have our ultimate electronic kit, which is this here, guys. Since we have this, there's some things that we had to add from this that will help us complete most of what we've started here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and show you. Starting off, we had to put our front side marker lights. These are the orange ones. So I put these up here. All right. I then had to grab the extension cable, which then runs all along the undercarriage in between the seats, and it goes all the way through, and then it comes to the back of the car. So since that is done, that's good to go. Our scanner, like it says, is going to have to stay on the driver's side. That's this one here. That's going to go to the scanner. So that'll come up later. Now, I'm going to take you here to the back of the car. So looking here at the back of the car, this is what we have going on. All right. We have our dash wire, which is that thick one, okay, if you're using the Extreme Ultimate electronic kit here. And then we have our thin one, which was coming from the dash as well, and we put that in. So once I put all that in, we're looking pretty snazzy. Then after that, following the instructions, I had to put in the rest of the lettering, which is the original wiring, and we attach it here to the board. The last thing that I did, okay, was I added the wire for the side. I put that in here, which came all the way from the front. And then I had to put one extension cable for the reverse lights and one extension cable for the tail lights. When we get there, that's where we're going to need some special tools because there's some extra stuff that we have to do to the car. Note that you must understand that when you do that, you're making modifications to the car that once you do that, they're final. You can't go back. You can't get these parts again. And fanhome will not replace them. So, I mean, unless you know somebody or something, but you know, other than that, that's what we had to do. I then made sure that all the other connectors are still connected to the board itself. There should be no more wires to add to this board since everything has been added already. So with that is a very good thing right now. Now you'll see on this motherboard or this board here that there's all these extra ports and whatnot. These extra ports were as if you didn't have the monitors from the Kitt that was provided earlier. So if you didn't have those dashboards that are up here in the front, then you'd have to add certain wires and then you'd still have some leftover cables. But other than that, we're looking pretty good, guys. All right. So what we're going to do now is we are going to step up our game and we're going to cover this and then put our carpet over it to make it look really good. Okay, so here is what we're going to do, fellas. I almost forgot that we had these BP screws, which we do have to mount the interior to the car. So we're going to go ahead and do that, all right? So in order to do that, we have GM screws, which I have here, and then I still have some from the last video, or should I say the last stage. So I'm going to make sure that we have enough GM screws, but they're going to connect into here, here, the two in the back, and then there's two up here in the front. So I'm going to use the ones that they gave us for this video, and I'm going to go ahead and screw our interior in. Once I've completed all that, we'll be able to move on to the next phase. So hang with me, guys. Our bumpy ride is almost over. Well, that went off really well. We screwed them all in. Everything is in. It's all fitting really nice. Uh, Not a big fan of how there's a little bit of a gap here with these back seats, but I think it's gonna come back together. If not, it's supposed to be like that. So, got to remember now, we also added carpets, we added extra thick wire here that's in the back. So everything else will get situated here soon enough. However, we are going to move on. Our next phase obviously was to connect all the cables, which we already did. So we're going to be mainly focused on right here in the engine compartment because we got all these extra hoses and what have you that we have to deal with. So I'm going to get these wires all out the way, and by doing so, it'll make it easier for us to get inside this engine compartment. Okay, and the reason why we have to do that is because we have to connect all these hoses to where they need to go. All right, so let me get that started for us, guys. So now, first things first that we have to do is we have to connect the steering wheel to our wheel rod, and that's down in here. Now this is going to be very tricky because we have to kind of turn the steering wheel a little bit to get into where this little rod is down here. Once we do that, we'll then be good to go, and we can mount that in. Now those are going to be in by GM screws, so I'm just going to go ahead, knock that out, and I'll come back. Well, that was quite the doozy to get all that screwed in there, but now the steering wheel is turning and we're good to go. I'm not sure what the deal is and why the wheels don't turn. I think you have to like position them and then turn the steering wheel, but it takes a couple rotations to get this wheel to turn left and right. I'm not worried about it. I'm just happy that everything is working without an issue. All right. So what I'm going to do next is we're going to start connecting cables. We got all these different cables in here. We're going to connect them all and put them in their proper homes. So there we have it, guys. I placed in the hose here coming from the radiator. We still have our spare hose, which is going to go elsewhere. We still have more to come, so be prepared. I also took another of the cables that's coming from here, and basically came from here, came right here to the firing wall, or the firewall. Then we had some old wires from previous issues, which then had to go into our brake lines, one coming from the rear, one coming from the front brakes. So now you have both brake assemblies all fully connected and good to go. We still have all of our wires up in here. We're going to keep them there as of now, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so just to recap, here's what we got going on. Okay, so what we have going on, guys, is this. We have a lot of spare parts that are laying off to the side. That is because we need them that way. So here's what it looks like. Here's what we have here in the book. We have these two here. Then we have our headlights and whatnot. We still have a few others, plus our fog lights, the motor, and our door mechanisms, and a little hose, and some screws. We should have some BP and GM screws still left over from this excellent adventure here. However, we'll show you that on the next video here. Other than that, guys, I'm going to get going, and I'll see you guys on the next video adventure, where hopefully we can start covering up that back end, because boy, as you can see here, it looks like a mess. Other than that, gotta go, guys. Keep on modeling.